a violent and aggressive ode to the gang's lifestyle, with No Savage bragging about the gang's wealth, power, and willingness to use violence to protect its territory. The lyrics reference gang violence, drug trafficking, and other criminal activity. No Savage raps about how the gang runs the streets and is not afraid to kill anyone in their way. He also raps about how the gang is involved in drug trafficking and makes a lot of money.
This is federal. Shorty is fed. I don't think the song talks about that, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. That's
What it do,
not
YouTube? It's Ty Fetty with the Fetty back at y'all with another video, man. Y'all know why we here. To handle business. But before we handle that business, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I'm gonna say it again. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I'm gonna say it one more. Matter of fact, like, comment, subscribe. Before I gotta beat you up, man, and smash that post notification bell so y'all know when I get y'all the latest bangers, bro. Y'all know how this go, man. We got the gang war that turned DC into Bullet City. Feel me? Y'all know where I'm from. I'm from Maryland. If you don't know, DC 20 minutes away, 25 minutes away. It's right here. We all in tune. We all sound the same. We got the same swag. They call it the DMV for a reason, bro. It's DC, Maryland, Virginia. We all right here. Feel me? I know I'm in the loop. I know what's going on. I don't know what this video about. One of my subscribers send this to me on Instagram. Shout out you. If y'all ever, feel me? If y'all ever got any video suggestions, damn, video recommendations, Instagram up top right there, TyFetty _. Send them to me, bro. I check all my DMs. Let's get it, man. Let's see what they talking about.
The DC drill scene has been blowing up over the past few years with the rise of popular rappers like No Savage and Walk Down Will. But behind the music is a deadly war that's been going on for decades. Let's take a closer look at the war in DC.
Let's get it.
Simple City, verse 37.
In Washington,
look, y'all.
D.C., a hidden war.
Hey, look, y'all. So, boom. The Yo, which is 37th, the Yo produced rappers, bro. Like, they known for producing rappers, bro. Like, the best rappers to ever come out of DC, like, not all of them, but majority of the best rappers to come out of DC, the latest rappers come from the Yo, 37th. Shy Glizzy, No Savage, Young Jose. Right now, you got Young Threat, you got Giz Wap. Feel me? Like, you can keep going. Swipey, Ro Millie, like, the Yo is known for rappers, bro. They all rap, they all swag on the beat, they all know how to rap. I don't know what's in the water over there. I don't know what's in the Section 8 over there. They get it in over there. And Simple City is they ops. It's right down the street, about 5-6 minutes. It's right there. Feel me? Like, that's where it goes. Simple City, they ain't really got no rappers for real besides Walk Down Will. They got Active Baller, but besides that, they just be on strictly drill. We try to spin they bend, hit they rep, and that's it. And they beefing, bro. And that's how that go.
Rages between two gangs, Simple City and 37th Street. It's a world far from the famous landmarks and political powerhouses the city is known for.
And granted, they about 15 minutes from the White House. Ain't no White House security over there. It's just switches and ski mags, just like Chicago. They all got switches and skis. No
In this
cap.
unseen side of DC, two musicians, No Savage and Walk Down Will, play a significant role. Their music, telling the raw and untold stories of this silent war, gives voice to the violence and rivalry that defines their neighborhoods. No Savage is connected to the 37th Street gang, his lyrics reflecting the tough life and challenges faced by his crew. Walk Down Will represents Simple City. His music tells stories of his gang's life and struggles. They're both messengers, their songs painting vivid pictures of the ongoing battle. This gang war isn't usually in the news, but it's real for those living it. In this story, we're diving deep into this unseen DC, exploring a conflict fueled by music and territorial claims. Welcome to the silent yet deadly gang war of Washington, D.C.
The rise of the DC drill scene has showed the world a different side of the city, where shootings and murder happen every day.
Simple City gang's origins trace back to the Benning Terrace housing complex in the southeast quadrant of Washington, D.C. This area, riddled with crime and hardship, became a breeding ground for gang culture.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, bro. That little car screeching noise just scared the shit out of me. I thought somebody was in my crib. I was going to hop up. I don't know if y'all see that on camera, but I swear to God, I almost turned around like, what the like a ghost possessed this train. Hey, you can't do that to me, bro. It's too late, bro. It's 4 in the morning, bro. I'm thinking somebody in the crib right now. It's a ghost in this joint. That joint's like, yeah. Go on, bro.
Simple City gang found its identity amidst the urban decay and social
Like,
challenges
what?
of the 90s, binding together young individuals who sought belonging and power. Benning Terrace, often called Simple City, is a distinct region marked by low-income
That's Active
housing
Baller
and
right there,
persistent
yeah.
crime. Here, unemployment and poverty crafted a hostile environment where the gang's roots were deeply entrenched. A blend of adversity and community spirit defined the neighborhood's character. The former forged warriors, the latter bred loyalty. And amidst these extremes, the Simple City gang rose, painting their narratives of survival and dominion on the graffiti-laden walls of Benning Terrace. Across the dividing lines in the same southeast quadrant was the birthplace of the 37th Street gang.
I ain't gonna lie, they don't go as 37th Street gang. They go by Fox 5, but I mean, you probably wouldn't know that unless you really like from here. They go by Fox 5 though.
Turf, marked by specific
Fox 5,
street
Channel 5,
boundaries,
Fox 5
was a
News.
world
They put you on
distinct,
Fox
yet
5.
similar to Simple City. The
No cap.
37th Street area was their fortress, their sanctuary. Here, amidst the iconic row houses and the ominous alleyways, the 37th Street gang members found
And this
their
really
voice
how I
and
look
their
every
identity.
night.
Like an
No
unwelcome
cap.
yet familiar ghost.
Cold,
lurked in these
rain,
territories,
sleet, snow.
adding to the legend of the 37th Street Warriors.
It looked just like
The
this.
initial conflicts between these two gangs were born from a deadly mix of proximity and ambition. Both wanted control over the lucrative drug trade that thrived amidst the despair and neglect. Turf wars were about land, identity, power, and economic dominance. In the early 90s, these ambitions set the stage for a collision. Simple City was a force, its reputation crafted from a mix of brutality and allegiance. Their strength wasn't just in numbers, but in the unyielding loyalty that bound them. Across the divide, the 37th Street gang mirrored this ferocity. Every member was a soldier, every street corner a battleground. As the violence escalated, the city's southeast quadrant became a silent war zone. The rest of DC moved to
I told y'all, it's right there. This 37th right here, this Benning Terrace right here. Y'all, you feel me? It's right there. Like, it might look like a long way. I promise you, you can walk there in 15 minutes. Promise you can drive there in like 5, 6. No cap.
the rhythms of political power plays and national narratives, oblivious to the unfolding saga that was as potent as it was ignored. Gunshots, not headlines, told the stories of victories and defeats. The 3,100 block of 18th Street SE became infamous in this complex battleground. For the Simple City and the 37th Street gang, it wasn't just a street but a symbol. Gunshots here narrated stories of conquests and losses. The evolution of violence wasn't marked by changing strategies but by escalating intensity. The warriors became more
I remember
ruthless
this
each
video.
year,
He walked them
the
down,
attacks
no
brazen,
cap.
and the divide deeper. In this historically rooted conflict, DC's silent war found its voice in the echoing gunshots and the potent lyrics of artists like No Savage, Shy Glizzy, and Young Jose of 37th Street.
I know what I'm
Shy
talking
Glizzy
about,
is
y'all.
regarded as
I'm telling
responsible
you.
for putting 37th Street on the map.
For sure.
Walk Down Will, Bala, and disrespectful swag of Simple City rose to prominence with the emergence of drill.
In 2019, No Savage and Young Jose dropped a track called Shots for Everybody, where they took shots at their rivals in Simple City. Bala and Disrespectful Swag would clap back with their diss track Everybody Gets Shot over the same beat. The rivalry would gain a new level with another young rapper coming up under No Savage of 37th called Octa Clica. Octa Clica, whose real name was Antoine Williams,
Hey, rest in peace, Ock, man. Hey, when Ock was out, he was one of them young niggas cranking. No cap. Rest in peace, Ock, man.
was born on April 20th, 2000 in Washington, D.C., and began rapping at a young age. He released his first mixtape, Straight Facts, in 2019, and quickly gained a following for his raw and honest lyrics.
You know I'm talking
Octa Clica is also an actor and
Damn,
appeared
that
in
joke
several
was
music
cranking.
videos for his own songs and other artists such as Lil Active and Tuntulit. He
Tone
also had a
too lit.
role in the short film The Trap. AHK turned up the rivalry between 37th Street and Simple City by dropping back-to-back diss tracks against Simple City, which allegedly led to 3 shootings. On January 8th, 2020, Octa Clica was shot and killed in Washington, D.C. He was only 18 years old. His death shocked the DMV hip-hop community, and he is still mourned by many fans.
He had just
today.
got lit,
Their
no cap.
music, emerging
Just
from
got
the soul
lit.
of this battleground, narrated tales that headlines ignored, breathing life and legacy into the silent yet potent gang war of Washington, D.C.
Simple City and 37th have been at war since the 90s, but now the beef is spilling over into the music. Rappers from both hoods have started to get attention by dissing each other in songs, which has led to more violence in the streets.
No Savage, affiliated with the 37th Street gang, is more than a rapper. His music, echoing the harsh realities and brutal conflicts of street life, serves as an anthem for his gang. Walk Down Will is the voice of Simple City. His songs, as gritty as the streets that birthed them, paint a vivid picture of life amidst violence. They speak of loyalty, territorial pride, and the perpetual quest for survival. In a world where every step could lead to an ambush, his music is both a rebellion and a solemn ode to fallen comrades.
On my 10, know that I keep
They tuning it out in this function, we beat it. I put that coke in the pan like I'm Peter.
Rap about the 37th Street Gang, a violent and aggressive ode to the gang's lifestyle, with No Savage bragging about the gang's wealth, power, and willingness to use violence to protect its territory. The lyrics reference gang violence, drug trafficking, and other criminal activity. No Savage raps about how the gang runs the streets and is not afraid to kill anyone in their way. He also raps about how the gang is involved in drug trafficking and makes a lot of money.
This is federal. Shorty is fed. I don't think the song talks about that, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. That's not what the song is saying. But for the sake of the video, we're going to continue. Shorty is federal though. We gotta watch Buddy.
The music video is violent and aggressive. It shows No Savage and other members of the 37th Street Gang flashing their guns and making hand signs. The video also shows scenes of gang violence, including a shooting and a beating. It is a controversial track. Some enjoy its aggressive and violent sound, while others find it offensive and harmful. It is a reminder of the gang violence that is plaguing many American cities.
I'm here to tell y'all nobody finds it harmful. Everybody loves that song. I promise you. If you play that, if that song comes on in a club, bruh, the whole club gonna get up and start jumping around like they No Savage. I promise. Everybody loves that song.
In the warning track, Walk Down Will disses the rapper OG Madman from Simple City. He says that OG Madman is not as tough as he thinks and should.
It's OG Madman, and yeah, he was dissing him. OG Madman also passed away like 2018, 2017. But OG Madman was one of the first ones to put Simple City on his back. Like, I'm from Simp. This is where I'm from. Y'all going, this is my, like, yeah.
Should be careful.
OG Madman.
In the midst of Washington, D.C.'s escalating gang violence, a crescendo of terror reverberates, echoing the fierce animosity between the Simple City and 37th Street gangs. In August 2020, Walk Down Will was arrested and charged with the murder of Acta Clicka. He was released on bail in October 2020, but was rearrested in December 2020 after violating his bail conditions. Walk Down Will's trial began in March 2021, and he was found guilty of murder in April 2021.
Oh, also, y'all, I don't know how often this happens where y'all from, but from where I'm from, if you catch you a homie, oh, they're gonna give you bail, so just so you can go catch another one, bro. I don't know if that's common or not, but here that happens a lot. Somebody go catch an M1. If you know what M1 is, I'm not about to say it because YouTube, you know. If you know what an M1 is, they'll catch an M1 and then you'll get bail. Bond out, go catch another one. Like, they very lenient, bro. I can't say that, bro. The law out here is very lenient. Like, jails is so populated, bro. They really trying house arrest, bail. Like, feel me? Like, that's really how I go.
He was sentenced to life in prison in May 2021. Walk Down Will has maintained his innocence throughout the case. His lawyers have argued that the prosecution's case was based on circumstantial evidence and that there was no DNA evidence linking Walk Down Will to the crime scene. The murder of Acta Clicka shocked the DMV hip-hop community, and Walk Down Will's conviction was seen as a major victory for the prosecution. However, Walk Down Will's lawyers have filed an appeal which is still ongoing.
Walk Down has an alibi. Turns out he was shot the same night that Acta Clicka was killed. And it wasn't from gunfire between him and Acta Clicka was unarmed the night he died.
The Southeast Quadrant streets, marked by episodes of brutality, narrate a chilling saga of an unyielding feud that spills blood and instills terror. In 2019, the 3100 block of 18th Street SE, once a backdrop to the mundane activities of daily life, bore witness to an eruption of gunfire that would ink another dark chapter in this ongoing narrative. The massive shootout claimed 2 lives and left 8 others marred by the scars of indiscriminate bullets. This was not an isolated incident. It was a painful reminder of the complex, dangerous dance between revenge and survival.
So far, there have been 58 murders in the district, surpassing the murder rate at this time last year, which is concerning. 2018 was one of the deadliest in a decade, with 160 people killed.
Oh, speaking of that, they said 2018 it was 160 people killed. Bro, it is November. I think we're at like 323. Not we, but DC, but it's kind of like we because we always in DC. Like, feel me? I think we're like 320, bro. And that's just what didn't happen, bro. Like, the rap. Now, back in the day, I used to be like, bro, rap not causing violence, bro. It's the same thing that caused violence throughout time. But I can't say like as somebody that really see this and see the transition of the youngins getting worse and you feel me? But rap is a contributing factor, bro. Like it's a thing. It's one thing to be beefing in the street, your hood into it with another hood. All right, boom, that's all right. But to hear your name get dissed on a song and have all the fans in the DMV saying, "Oh yeah, you a sucker because Buddy dissed you and you ain't do nothing," to have that peer pressure on your back, it's making these youngins crash, bro. No cap. Like I said, what they said, 160 in 2018, bro. It's November. It's November 3rd. We're like 323, and that I heard that last month. It's probably went up from there. Like DC up like 80% in homicides, bro. Oh, since last year alone. The music definitely do something, bro. No cap, and that's just me being real, me being honest.
Eugene Tyrone Nixon and Juan A. Pulliam, members of rival factions within the Simple City gang, became casualties of this internal strife.
Nixon's murder in May, followed by Pulliam's, marked not just the loss of young lives, but also added layers of complexity to an already volatile conflict, blending internal rifts with external confrontations. By 2020, the audacious brutality of the gang surfaced with unnerving clarity.
And look though, y'all, like I could say Simple City, Simp, and the Yo, which is 37th, what they talking about. It's probably one of the most known beefs in the city. But you gotta think, this how this go. Like, Simple City is cool with 5 other hoods. The Yo, which I said they go by Fox 5, is clicked up with about 10 other hoods. So if the Yo run into a hood that Simp cool with, guess what? They shooting out. Guess what? They gotta do something to them because they cool with their ops. It ain't really just Simple City and the Yo. It's Simple City and others versus the Yo and others. Like, bro, it's a war, bro. No cap, bro. It's a war, bro. Them niggas, yeah.
The 37th Street gang members were in the crosshairs in a brazen daylight ambush. As bullets flew, the silent witnesses were the walls of buildings and the silent streets, echoing the terror of a community held hostage by an unyielding cycle of violence. Among those remembered, Andre Newton and 12-year-old Daryl Diane Hall's names resonate with tragic poignancy. Newton, killed by the Simple City crew, and young Daryl, abducted and mercilessly shot, are stark reminders of a war devoid of mercy, where lives are snuffed out with alarming indifference. The unyielding war between Simple City and 37th Street gangs is more than a sequence of violent acts. It is a series of tragic stories, human lives marked and often cut short by the echo of gunfire. Andre Newton, Bright Onuoha, and Richard Johnson aren't just named in news reports. They were individuals with dreams and families. One of the most unforgettable incidents in the long history of this gang warfare unfolded when Andre Newton, an outsider who ventured into the terrorized neighborhood of Simple City to sell drugs, became a tragic victim of the ongoing conflict. Despite wearing a bulletproof vest as a precautionary measure, it offered him no protection against the brutal strategy employed by the Simple City crew. In a cold and chilling incident that transpired in November 1994, the crew shot him in the throat and left him to die in a pool of his own blood. Newton was merely 18 years old at the time, and this shocking event vividly exemplified the crew's ruthless nature and firm grip on their territory. Another sorrowful chapter in this ongoing war is marked by the death of Bright Onuoha, a beloved ice cream vendor well known for his generosity in the community. Unfortunately, he found himself caught in the crossfire of this unrelenting conflict. During an attempted robbery, Bright bravely resisted, but he tragically lost his life when 2 members of the Simple City crew shot him to death. Both perpetrators were subsequently convicted, underscoring the grim reality that even the most innocent and cherished individuals were not spared from the wave of violence sweeping through the streets.
Now I can't say this, bruh. The youngest is worse nowadays, bruh. But like in 2023, now it's niggas on their block that'll tell them, bruh, don't touch that ice cream man, bruh. He been here for 20 years, bruh. He was here before you was born, bruh. He good. Don't rob him. Or if they do rob him, bro, it's gonna be consequences for that. But I can't say that, bro. Like, people is losing morals and losing like how the streets used to go. It ain't really like that no more. But it's at least here, bro. It's niggas that'll hold you accountable and pull you up. Like, bro, you doing wrong out here, bro. You ain't supposed to do that. Like, it ain't you not about to go rob no old lady, bro. Niggas ain't doing that, bro. Most they gonna do is try to steal somebody's car that ain't in it. Feel me? Like it ain't none of that because niggas is holding people accountable. That's crazy. Robbing your hood ice cream man, that ain't happening now, bro. It ain't. Niggas gonna be like, bro, what are you doing? You look dumb. Feel me? Yeah, facts. Yeah, nah, that's crazy.
Within this reign of terror, a visual representation emerged. The hanging shoes on a power line on 46th Street. Each pair of shoes symbolized a victim claimed by the Simple City crew. This haunting display was an ever-present reminder of the gang's stranglehold over the community. Their influence was so pervasive, their brutality so deeply rooted, that symbols of their conquest were openly exhibited. These shoes contributed to an atmosphere of fear and suppression that permeated the neighborhood, casting a long shadow over the lives of its residents, gang members, and affiliates. Within the tumultuous landscape of gang warfare, figures like No Savage and Walk Down will emerge as both narrators and participants. They're not just gang affiliates, their music chronicles the raw, unvarnished realities of life amidst the crossfire. Each lyric, each note is imbued with the pain, anger, and defiance that defines the existence of those caught in the gang war. The gang war between Simple City and the 37th Street Gang had raged on for years, leaving a trail of violence and fear in its wake. In response to the escalating conflict, the Metropolitan Police Department, MPD, in Washington, D.C., took several measures to combat the growing threat and protect the affected communities.
Mobile police say they are working around the clock to get gang members off the street, and so far those efforts are paying off.
The MPD established dedicated gang units to tackle the gang problem head-on. These units consisted of seasoned officers with specialized training in dealing with gang-related crimes. One notable operation led by these units involved the apprehension of Malik Malice Thompson, a high-ranking member of the Simple City Gang. Thompson, wanted for multiple homicides, was captured after an intense standoff. His arrest was a significant blow to the gang's leadership. Recognizing the importance of community engagement, the MPD launched community policing initiatives in the affected neighborhoods. Officer Sarah Martinez, a community liaison, played a pivotal role in building trust with residents. She organized regular neighborhood meetings and worked tirelessly to address concerns. Her efforts resulted in valuable tips that led to the recovery of illegal firearms hidden in abandoned buildings. In an effort to disrupt the gang's criminal activities, the MPD launched Operation Disruption. This multifaceted operation involved targeted enforcement actions, surveillance, and the execution of search warrants. In a high-profile raid, law enforcement officers apprehended several key members of the 37th Street Gang, including its leader, Anthony Ghost Rodriguez. Rodriguez, a fugitive for years, was captured along with a cache of weapons and narcotics, significantly weakening the gang's operations. The community's response to the gang war was a mix of resilience, fear, and a growing determination to end the cycle of violence that had plagued their neighborhoods for years. The atmosphere of fear was palpable, with many residents reluctant to cooperate with law enforcement due to concerns about retaliation. Witness hesitance was a significant challenge, as individuals feared being labeled as informants or facing reprisals from gang members. Notably, a community-led safe passage program was initiated to protect witnesses, allowing them to come forward without fear. Amid the violence, grassroots initiatives emerged as beacons of hope. Project Reclaim, led by community activist David Washington, provided job training and employment opportunities for at-risk youth. Washington's efforts were instrumental in diverting young individuals from gang involvement toward brighter futures. The community also came together to remember the victims of gang violence through vigils and memorials. One such event, the Unity Walk for Peace, drew thousands of participants from various neighborhoods affected by the conflict. This massive display of unity sent a powerful message against the gang's hold on the community. As the gang war continued, there were growing calls for government intervention beyond law enforcement. Residents demanded increased investment in education, social services, and job opportunities in the affected neighborhoods.
And I ain't getting none of that shit.
A pivotal moment came when community leaders, including Reverend Linda Simmons, held a public rally at City Hall, urging elected officials to prioritize funding for community development programs. In the face of ongoing violence,
Ain't get that either.
Combined efforts of law enforcement, community leaders, and concerned residents sought to disrupt the cycle of gang warfare. Specific incidents and actions highlighted here illustrate the determination and resolve of those involved in bringing about positive change. The gang war was not just a law enforcement issue. It was a complex social problem that required a multifaceted approach to find a lasting solution. The educational system has often been underfunded and under-resourced within these gang-controlled neighborhoods.
To this day.
Overcrowded classrooms, limited extracurricular activities, and outdated materials have left many students like Andre Newton and Bright Onuoha without the necessary tools to succeed.
The gang war that turned DC into Bullet City cannot be understood without acknowledging the deep-rooted societal issues that have fueled its persistence. Poverty, lack of opportunity, and systemic challenges have been the fertile soil where this violence has thrived.
And I tell you that all the time, bro. Like, of course, you know, like, you can always keep your head on your shoulders and try to be better than your environment, bro. But it get to a point where, shit, you 14, 13, 14, lights off, water code, your mother crying because she can't pay the bills. What you going, like, feel me? People resort to other things because they folks need help. A lot of places don't have felons, bro. Not all felons are bad, bro. Some people really genuinely made mistakes. But guess what? They can't get no job. Lights off. Like I said, water code. Feel me? Like, they go to school, they getting bullied, joned on because they come to school stinking because they couldn't take no bath. Feel me? Or this little kid, he might have got him a system for Christmas. The lights off. You got to sneak an electric cord to your neighbor's house to try to steal their electric. Now you and your neighbor beefing because you trying to steal their electricity. And, like, it's deeper than just the people that's in the environment, bro. The system don't try to help nothing. Especially in these, like, where they at, bro. Like, it ain't no help. Like, homeless shelters might be more dangerous than the trenches. No cap. Like, it ain't no help, bro. Like, it's really deeper than what people make it seem, bro. Like, of course you can hold people accountable, but the higher ups need to be held accountable too. Like, the higher ups, and by the higher ups I mean like the government, bro. Like, we just sent what, $1 billion to Palestine, sent $1 billion to Israel, or $1 million, whatever it was. But you can't invest in the schools. You can't get new books. You can't get new desks. You making these kids pay for lunch, and you sending money overseas where it's problems in your own country that ain't solved. It don't make sense to me, bro. But I'm just Ty Fetty, I guess.
The number one cause of crime is poverty. It leads to desperation and often leads people to resort to crime.
Poverty has cast a long shadow over many neighborhoods in Washington, D.C., including the territories controlled by the Simple City and 37th Street gangs. The lack of economic opportunities coupled with generational poverty has left young residents vulnerable to the allure of gang life. For some, joining a gang becomes a desperate attempt to escape the cycle of deprivation, even if it means resorting to violence. Systemic challenges, including racial disparities in the criminal justice system, have further exacerbated the gang problem in areas dominated by Simple City and 37th Street. The perception of an unjust system can foster resentment and mistrust, making it easier for gangs to recruit disaffected youth, like those we discussed earlier, who feel marginalized by society. In many cases, broken family structures and the absence of positive role models have contributed to the allure of gangs, such as the 37th Street Gang and Simple City. Gangs often provide a sense of belonging and a substitute family structure for those who lack support at home. The dearth of accessible, positive role models and mentors within these neighborhoods leaves young people without guidance or aspirations. In contrast, gang leaders may present themselves as successful figures, such as those involved in the ongoing conflict, with viable alternatives to gang life. Emulate, perpetuating the cycle of violence. To truly tackle the gang violence that has plagued DC, it is imperative to address these underlying issues. Comprehensive solutions must include investments in education, job opportunities, and community support programs within the territories affected by gangs like Simple City and 37th Street. By breaking the cycle of poverty and despair, we can provide for young individuals. The gang war in Washington, D.C., which has earned it the grim moniker Bullet City, is a deeply entrenched issue that cannot be ignored. It's a problem that goes beyond territorial disputes, affecting the lives of countless residents.
I tell y'all that all the
To
time, bro.
combat
No
this
cap.
violence, we need a comprehensive approach. More than relying on law enforcement is required. We must also address the root causes: poverty, limited opportunities, and systemic challenges.
I'm gonna leave it right there because I always say it, bro. It's deeper than the surface, bro. But nah, most of this information was definitely correct, bro. And it's just surface level information, bro. Like, it go way beyond Simp and 37th. The whole city beefing, bro. Niggas is getting robbed for their coats, for their shoes, for their cars. Nigga, everything is, carjackings doing up, homicides doing up. Like, it ain't getting no better. And I could be the one to say the music is making it 100% worse. Cause music from when I was in high school, when I was a kid, like music from here, it was still beef and it was still like throwing shots, but it was really music. Now, man, these youngins is getting on a beat, getting in the studio, and just like act like, and they just acting like they going back and forth on Twitter. It ain't really no music, bro. They just telling your ass shit. Where I'm from, we call it telling their ass shit. Like, that's all it's going. It's going back and forth. It's a ping pong. Feel me? Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It ain't no, feel me? It's shit crazy. But with that being said, man, it's Ty Fatty with the Fatty. Listen, y'all, make sure y'all stay smart, bro. Stay dangerous. And I'm going to catch y'all next time, man. I'm gone.